upping surveillance that includes the use of sophisticated helicopters and drones. On the other hand, along the BC border with Washington, the Americans are using barriers and rocks. And it comes as some foreign nationals allegedly made a run for it. CTV's BC Bureau Chief Andrew Johnson is at that border. Andrew, set the scene for us.
Sandy, I'm near the Pacific border crossing. On one side of these rocks, Metro Vancouver. On the other, Washington State. Not far from here, yesterday, a witness caught a dramatic illegal crossing on camera. People in a pickup truck can be seen laying planks down across a gully. Then they get back into the vehicle and hit the gas, smashing across the line into Canada. Take a listen. Border Patrol says it notified RCMP, who later arrested 5 Romanian nationals, one of whom was wanted by police. U.S. Border Patrol says illegal crossings here are on the rise, so they're adding more of these rock barriers as well as concrete barriers to try to prevent people from charging across the line. It comes after another wild scene at the nearby Peace Arch crossing last month. The driver of a stolen pickup truck blew through the border into the U.S. and led police on a chase down the interstate highway. Officers eventually rammed the vehicle and arrested a BC man. U.S. Border Patrol is also reinforcing crossings across the country. Along the border between Maine and New Brunswick, concrete barriers have gone up. Maybe small measures compared to drones and helicopters on the Canadian side, but perhaps enough to stop an illegal charge across the line like we saw near here yesterday.
Wow.
Sandy.
Okay, CTV's Andrew Johnson. Now, the border came up at that Washington press briefing today, and there was a lot more that came up as well in view of the president's ongoing flurry of executive orders. He's also making good on campaign promises, from freezing federal aid to ramping up those immigration raids. CTV's Washington Bureau Chief Joy Malvin reports.
President Donald Trump's new Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem posting video of immigration raids in New York, arresting a suspected migrant gang member in the Bronx, wanted in connection with a home invasion in Colorado. Noem declaring dirtbags like this will continue to be removed from our streets. This show of force, mass deportations of illegal migrants, sometimes shackled and herded into military planes, are images Trump wants the world to see. The White House says so far 3,500 arrests have been made, but along with violent criminals, undocumented migrants are being rounded up and deported too.
He is focused on launching the largest mass deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national, who illegally enters the United States of America, you are, by definition, a criminal.
This as the Trump administration ordered a freeze on all federal assistance, grants, loans, and other federal money that could affect millions of Americans. A government memo cites foreign aid, non-governmental organizations, diversity programs, and the Green New Deal, putting a temporary freeze on any program affected by Trump's executive orders as he sets about remaking government.
This is a dagger at the heart of the average American family in red states, in blue states, in cities, in suburbs, in rural areas. It is just outrageous.
All of it creating confusion and outrage, and yet another court challenge to Donald Trump's executive actions as he flexes his new presidential powers. Joy Malvin, CTV News, Washington.
Well, earlier today,